Now, you're on a range 300 yards. Your wind's from 4 o'clock. Speed 15. Fahrenheit.
Sir, that's 3 times 15, that's 45, sir.
Right. Three times 15 is 45. Now what?
Then you divide by 10, sir. That makes 4.5.
Good. How many clicks of windage?
Well, like you said, sir, a guy can't take a half a click, so that'd make 5 clicks, sir.
Good again. Five clicks of which windage?
Right, sir.
Right is right. Now, you men seem to have this pretty straight. How about it? Any questions? Good. Only be sure to remember all this. If any questions bother you, ask them. Now we'll cover all the ground we've gone over so far. We started out with elevation. We saw that when you raise your rear sight, you have to tilt your rifle to line up properly on the target. We saw that 1 click of elevation moves the strike of your bullet on the target 1 inch for each 100 yards of range. Then we went to windage. We saw that when you move your rear sight to one side or the other, you have to angle your rifle off to the side to line up on the target. We saw that 1 click of windage moves the strike of the bullet 1 inch right or left for each 100 yards of range. We went into designating wind directions by the clock. The wind is called by the hour it comes from. I showed you the tricks of estimating your wind speed. Throw some light substance into the air and point your arm at the spot where it falls. Then figure the angle between your arm and your body. And that angle, divided by 4, is your wind speed in miles per hour. Or, divide the angle into 5 equal parts. And say each part, as your arm is raised, represents 5 miles an hour wind speed. And that gave you the information you need to calculate your windage. Then, we took the formula here, the 1-click windage rule, and saw how it worked. I don't mind telling you that I'm mighty pleased about the way you followed it all. Elevation and windage are very important things for a rifleman to understand. But what's just as important is the fact that you didn't lose your heads. Men who keep their heads are the kind of soldiers who are making Tojo and Hitler sorry they started this fight. I don't know whether you've noticed it, but my talks to you have been one but after another. Sum up what I've said, and it's something like this. You've got to get the correct sight picture every time you aim at a target. But this correct sight picture is not enough. You've got to take the correct firing position. But the correct sight picture and the correct firing position are no good unless you squeeze your trigger with a steadily increasing pressure. But you've got to master rapid-fire principles, learn to coordinate, so that you take your position, aim, and squeeze your trigger in smooth rhythm at a fixed speed. But even then, you won't necessarily hit what you're shooting at unless you adjust your sights properly for range and wind. Today, you're ready for one more lesson, and one more but. You're not ready to start shooting live ammunition until you know how to zero your rifle. Now, no two men are exactly the same. No two men aim or hold their rifles precisely alike. And when a man shoots, he does it in his own particular way. No two rifles are exactly alike either. You can't see the difference between two rifles of the same make and model. But take my word for it, no two rifles have precisely the same effect on the bullets they fire. That means that every man must adjust his rifle for its little individual peculiarities, as well as for his own. For example, your rifle may shoot a little to the right, or a little low. Now, the error may be